And good afternoon. Welcome back to Charlie Brown Memorial Field, Valley City, North Dakota. It is day 2, game 3 of the 2025 Valley City Baseball Association American Legion Midsummer Classic. Paul McDonald back with you here at CBF, and we are going to have a dandy here in our first semifinal game, as it'll be Hillsborough Central Valley taking on Grafton. Let's take a look at the batting order. Hillsborough Central Valley, the Blue Sox are the visitors on the scoreboard. They'll have Austin Cotton leading off and catching. Bryce Miller batting second at third base. Chase Hapley, he'll have the no-hitter pitching yesterday, hitting third at short. Alexander Duffner batting in the cleanup spot. He's in center field. Riley Richter is at first base, hitting fifth. Braden Chenault will bat sixth in right field. Tyson Sunby is pitching, batting seventh. Carter Limke is hitting in the number 8 spot. He's at second base, and batting ninth, Elijah Smallbeck. Cotton, Miller, Hapley, Duffner, Richter, Chenault, Sunby, Limke, and Smallbeck. The lineup for head coach Kevin Locken and the Blue Sox from Hillsborough Central Valley. And now the starting lineup for Coach Brian Fike, assisted by Jamie Villarreal for Grafton Post 41. It'll be Trenton Keena leading off in center field. Cruiser Burns batting second and catching. Tony Villarreal is short, hitting third. Kyler Droge is hitting fourth. He is pitching. Ty Story batting fifth at second base. Batting sixth is Kyan Burns at third base. Soren Olson batting seventh in right field. Brody Lillimone is hitting eighth and at first, and Chase Wanarovich is in left field, batting ninth. Keena, Burns, Villarreal, Droge, Story, Burns, Olson, Lillimone, and Wanarovich. The batting order for Grafton Post 41. And Coach Brian Fike, he is assisted by Jamie Villarreal. We'll have our code of sportsmanship, our starting lineups and non-starters coming up. It is Hillsborough Central Valley and Grafton semifinal game number 1. That's on the way. First pitch here in about 10 minutes, maybe less, about 5 minutes. First pitch right here on YouTube. Memorial Field and this afternoon's semifinal matchup featuring the visitors on the scoreboard, the Blue Sox from Hillsborough Central Valley. And the home team on the scoreboard, Grafton Post 41. Let's meet the non-starters. First for Hillsborough Central Valley, number 6, Hunter Kleckner. Number 7, Carson Cassette. Number 11, Griffin Mitzel. Number 16, Brody Breidenbach. Number 21, Wyatt Myers. Number 22, Brody Dickhoff. The bat boy, Owen Cotton. And the starting lineup for the Blue Sox, leading off and catching, number 4, Austin Cotton. Batting second at third base, number 13, Bryce Miller. Hitting third at shortstop, number 2, Chase Hapley. Hitting cleanup at center field, number 9, Alexander Duffner. Batting fifth at first base, number 15, Riley Richter. Batting sixth at right field, number 10, Braden Chenault. Batting seventh and pitching, number 1, Tyson Sunby. Batting eighth at second base, number 8, Carter Limke. And batting ninth in left field, number 3, Elijah Smallback. The Blue Sox are coached by Kevin Locken. And now the non-starters for Grafton Post 41. Number 5, Adrian Ranta. Number 23, Cameron Frazier. Number 24, Carson Martinez. Number 4, Easton Hansel. Number 21, Ethan Hurst. Number 14, Jack Green. Number 9, Riker Vadava. Number 11, Wes Johnson. And now the starting lineup. Leading off in center field, number 3, Trenton Kina. Batting second and catching, number 7, Cruiser Burns. Hitting third, the shortstop, number 2, Tony Villarreal. Hitting cleanup and pitching, number 17, Kyler Drogue. Batting fifth at second base, number 15, Ty Story. Batting sixth at third base, number 10, Kyan Burns. Batting seventh at right field, number 6, Soren Olson. Batting eighth at first base, number 18, Brody Littlemone. And batting ninth in left field, number 1, Chase Wanarovich. Post 41, coached by Brian Pike and Jamie Villarreal. Gentlemen, if you remove your caps and face the press box and recite after me as we read the code of sportsmanship. I will keep the rules. I will keep faith with my teammates. I will keep my temper. I will keep myself fit. I will keep a stout heart in defeat. I will keep a pride under in victory. I will keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Let's play ball. Our umpires for the semifinal game on the bases, Mr. Kirk Olson, and calling the balls and strikes, Mr. Andy Pagliano. All right. I have to make things interesting. I just got to get nervous right away, you know. Well, Austin Cotton will lead things off here for Hillsborough Central Valley Blue Sox. And he will face the right-hander Kyler Drogue, the big, tall righty. Wheels and deals, and the first pitch at 3:34. 3:34, first pitch, 76 degrees, game time temperature. So only 34 minutes behind, not too bad. And the 1-0 pitch. There's a strike called, 1-1. Andy Pugliano is our home plate umpire. Kirk Olson on the bases. A ball and a strike here to Austin Cotton, leading things off for the Blue Sox. Here's a ground ball right back to the pitcher over on the first base side, and he will underhand flip. 1-3 in the putout, 1 away. And it'll bring up Bryce Miller. The third baseman, number 13, Bryce Miller. Cotton yesterday was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Miller was 0 for 2 and walked once. And the right-hander, Drogue delivers wide, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Bryce Miller. And the pitch, low and away, ball 2, 2-0. Hillsborough Central Valley during the high school season went 15-12. Lost to eventual state champion Thompson in the Region 2 championship. Drogue into the wine, and the right-hander delivers 2-0. There's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. 3:30 down the lines here. Charlie Brown, 385 to the power alleys, 370 to straightaway center field. And the 2-1 pitch. Strike called on the outside corner, and the count now even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bryce Miller, batting here with 1 out and nobody on, top of the first inning. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. First strikeout for Drogue, 2 away. Now bring up Chase Hapley. The shortstop, number 2, Chase Hapley. Hapley yesterday, 1 for 4, but more importantly, through the no-hitter. 13 strikeouts, couple of walks. And he goes after the first pitch down the first base line. That's a fair ball. Oh, he wasn't running right away. And if they were playing first base, he might have gotten thrown out. He wasn't running right away. Thought might have gone foul, but it loops fair and happily on with a single. The center fielder, number 9, Alexander Duffner. The runner first with 2 outs. And now Duffner, he had a triple, double, and flied out. Scored a couple runs yesterday. And that 3-0 win for Hillsborough Central Valley against Jamestown, the opening game of the tournament. Joe comes to the set and the pitch. Strike called, just above the knees, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Outfield playing pretty much straight away. Throw to first, and Hapley back in. Hapley. And the 6-foot-high fence from the corners to the power alleys, and then the fence goes up to about 20 feet from left center to right center. Here's the pitch, low and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Duffner. 2 out, 1 on. Hillsborough Central Valley batting, top half of the first inning. Our first semifinal game, Edgeley and Park River, will follow. And the 1-1 pitch. On the outside corner, strike 2, 1-2. Tyler Drogue, big, tall right-hander. Member of the Spoilers basketball team. 1-2 the count. Set and the pitch. Misses wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Duffner. Riley Richter to follow if Duffner can extend the inning here with 2 out. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Hapley takes his lead. Swing and a miss on the slider, number 2 for Drogue, and that retires the side. Hillsborough Central Valley, no runs, 1 hit. Nowhere's 1 left. Half inning. Hillsborough Central Valley, nothing. Grafton coming up. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. For the Blue Sox in the top of the first, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Trenton Keena, Cruiser Burns, Tony Villarreal will bat here for Grafton against the right-hander Tyson Sunby. Take a look at that defensive alignment. Bryce Miller is at third. Chase Hapley is at short. Gard Lemke is at second. At first base, Riley Richter in the outfield. Elijah Smallbeck is in left field. Alexander Duffner is in center. Braden Chenault is in right. Austin Cotton behind the plate. And the senior, Tyson Sunby, is chucking and ducking here. And this one to start things for the Blue Sox. And he'll face the top of the order. Here as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Leading off the bottom of the first for Grafton, the center fielder, number 3, Trenton Keena. So Trenton Keena will lead things off for post 41. Left-hander. And we'll face the right-hander Sunby. After the conversation between catcher Cotton and Sunby. Well, 2 or 3 lefties in this Grafton lineup. And leading it off is one of them, Keena. Had a good day yesterday in the victory against Oaks. Takes a strike there, 0-1. Reached base 3 times, was officially 1 for 2. Scored 3 times. Had a stolen base, walked a couple. He swings and flares one out to right field, dropping fast, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And he will take the turn, but a looping single to right field by Keena brings up Cruiser Burns. The catcher, number 7, Cruiser Burns. Oh, Cruiser Burns yesterday hitting the number 2 spot, had an RBI double. Ended up going 3 for 4 with a couple of runs scored and 2 RBI. And bunts here, missed it, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on Cruiser Burns. The Grafton Spoilers. Pitch is inside and missing for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, up in that same region, along with Park River. The 1-1 pitch. That one hits the inside corner for a strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brian Fike, former VCBA Viking, coaching Grafton. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it hit him. No, it didn't. It got away from the catcher. It was just inside, but did not hit him. But the wild pitch will get Keena over to second. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Burns. Two balls, 2 strikes. Right-hander comes to the set. Keena leads off of second. The pitch outside, and the count now full, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Cruiser Burns. Wearing number 7 on the back of his black jersey. There's a ground ball up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Keena around third. They're going to bring up the stop sign, and the throw comes all the way through. Runner down to second base, and Grafton has runners at second and third, and nobody out. So they hold Keena at third base, and now to bring up Tony Villarreal. The shortstop, number 2, Tony Villarreal. Villarreal, the winning pitcher yesterday, throws a 1-hitter. Also had an RBI triple, was 1 for 3 with a run scored, and that Ribby. That pitch misses high, wide, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, so early trouble here for Sunby. Runners at second and third and nobody out. And the leading hitter for Grafton at the plate. The 1-0 pitch. He swings, lines one into right center field, that's going to plate 2. That will bring Keena in. Here's Burns around third. Heel's going to score. Villarreal sees his coach say stop at second. He obliges and gets a 2-run double. And just like that, Grafton takes a 2-0 lead on the double by Villarreal. Just like yesterday when he led off the game with a triple. The pitcher, number 17, Kyler Drogue. So runner at second is Villarreal. 2 runs across, 2-0 Grafton. Still nobody out. Now Drogue to the plate. He'll take a strike on the outside corner. Knee high, 0-1. He was 2 for 3 with an RBI. Grafton had 10 hits in that 10-0 victory over Oaks. And that pitch misses low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Drogue. The right-hander, Sunby, comes to the set and the pitch. There's a fly ball to center field. Duffner there, makes the catch. Villarreal tags, and the relay will not be in time. So that is out number 1, and I'll bring up Ty Story. The second baseman, number 15, Ty Story. So Ty Story to the plate with a runner at third and 1 away. And somebody comes to the set. And the pitch, a ground ball to third, and that's going to be booted by the third baseman. Villarreal will score, and staying at first will be Story. That'll be an error on the third baseman. RBI, though, for Story, as Villarreal comes in to score to make it 3-0, and it brings up Kyan Burns. The third baseman, number 10, Kyan Burns. So a 3-run first inning so far for the Spoilers. And the pitch, there's a shot out towards short and over the glove on the shortstop, Halfley, and goes into left field. There's Burns hustling to second, or Story hustling to third, and he will make it. Burns is on at first, and it brings up Soren Olsen. The right fielder, number 6, Soren Olsen. That'll be an error on the shortstop, Hapley. So back-to-back errors put runners at the corners. And now Olsen, soft liner to second, and caught there, and the no-return throw. A little soft liner hit to second baseman Lemke. That is out number 2. And it'll bring up Brody Littlemone. The first base, number 18, Brody Littlemone. So Brody Littlemone will bat with runners at the corners and 2 out. And that pitch misses low and away, ball 1. 3 runs across, 3 hits. They've been helped out by a couple of errors, and the pitch high for a ball. All 3 runs will more likely be unearned, or 1 run will be unearned. That pitch misses low and away for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes on Littlemone. Wanarovich waiting on deck. And the pitch takes all the way, ball 4. So Littlemone gets the free pass. First walk issued by Sunby, and that loads him up for Chase Wanarovich. The left fielder, number 1, Chase Wanarovich. Wanarovich did not play yesterday, even though I worked on that name for about an hour beforehand. Pitch misses low, outside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Chase. Batting here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch. He swings, there's a base hit into left center field. That's going to bring 1 in. That's going to bring a second runner to the plate. The throw is going to be high. It's going to go to the backstop. Everybody's going to move up. That's going to be an RBI single, 2-run single by Wanarovich. He will go to second, and Littlemone will go to third on what will probably be an error on the shortstop, Hapley, as his throw was high and all the way to the backstop. So a couple more runs scored, and it's 5-0 Grafton. It'll bring up Keena. Center fielder, number 3, Trenton Keena. So 3 errors in the inning here. And the pitch, Keena swings and pops it up. Infield, left side. Third baseman Miller makes the catch, and that will retire the side. But Grafton plates 5 runs, and they do it with 4 base hits. There were 3 errors, and they leave 2 runners left on base. 1 inning. It's Grafton 5, Hillsborough Central Valley nothing. It's American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Reached on a walk, an error, and struck out. Here is the pitch by Drogue. High strike, belt high, outside half, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. The right-hander kicks and delivers 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Sunby. 2 out, nobody on. Here in the top of the second. And a high fastball, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes on Sunby. And Drogue delivers. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. That's going to be number 5 for Drogue, and that will retire the side, and that is the third one looking. Nothing across, 3 up and 3 down for the Blue Sox. We head to the bottom of the second. It's Grafton 5, Hillsborough Central Valley nothing. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. As we go to the bottom of the second inning, coming up here for Grafton, it'll be Burns, Villarreal, and Drogue to face Tyson Sunby. Leading off the bottom of the second for Grafton, the catcher number 7, Cruiser Burns. Cruiser Burns singled and scored in the first. Again, a 5-run inning, helped out by 3 Blue Sox errors. And the pitch. Here's a high pop-up, left side, foul territory. Over and on the move, right in front of the third base dugout, making the play, third baseman Miller for out number 1. The shortstop, number 2, Tony Villarreal. Now Villarreal will step in. He had a 2-run double in the first and then came in to score on the air on the Story hit. And he shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And the 0-1 pitch. Fastball line drive, base hit left field. And this one is going to scoot. It is cut off in left field. Getting over there was Smallbeck, but it'll be a single for Villarreal. And he's on at first with 1 out for Kyler Drogue. The pitcher number 17, Kyler Drogue. Drogue flew out to center field his first time up. And a throw over, he's back in. Drogue hitting in the cleanup the spot. He's going to be hitting the back. So he gets hit by a pitch. And that puts runners at first and second for Ty Story. The second baseman, number 15, Ty Story. Story hit a grounder to third. That was booted by the third baseman, Miller. That allowed Villarreal to come in to score. Story would later come around and score himself on Juan Aradovich's single to center. And down to third base goes Villarreal. The throw is going to go to second, and neither are going to be in time. Everybody's safe. Villarreal had that third base stolen. And the catcher, Cotton, trying to get Drogue at second. Nothing doing there, so The double steal puts runners at second and third, and a no ball, one strike count on Story. Here's the pitch. That goes to the backstop. It was behind the batter. Cotton couldn't come up with it cleanly. Villarreal will come in to score and make it a 6-0 game. Drogue will go to third. That's a 2-ball, 1-ball, 1 strike count on Story. Where's number 15 on the back of his black Grafton Post 41 jersey? 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Way outside. That's going to go to the backstop and roll its way there. Drogue will come in. He will score. And it's now 7-0. Back-to-back wild pitches. And Grafton leading 7-0. We're in the second inning. Sunby comes to the set. And the 2-1 pitch. High, ball 3, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike on Ty Story. And he swings and skies one to left field. Smallbeck goes over towards the line, and right on the line, he'll make the catch. That is out number 2. Now to bring up Kyan Burns. The third baseman, number 10, Kyan Burns. Burns reached on an error by Hapley, the shortstop. Ground ball that he went and kind of took a backhand stab at it and went off the heel of his glove, went out into short left field. And the pitch. He fists that one out towards second. Picked up there by Lemke. And the throw to first for the out. 4-3 on the putout. And that will retire the side. But a couple more runs come across here for Grafton. 2 runs, 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We are through 2 innings. It's Grafton 7, Hillsborough Central Valley nothing. It's American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. As we head to the top of the third inning, Grafton leading at 7-0. It'll be Lemke, Smallbeck in the top of the order, and Cotton. Leading off the top of the third for the Blue Sox, the second baseman, number 8, Carter Lemke. Lemke yesterday, 0 for 3. He and Smallbeck flip-flop spots. Yesterday it was 8-9, Smallbeck and Lemke. Today, Lemke is hitting the number 8 spot, and Smallbeck number 9 spot. Strike called there. Drogue at 29 pitches. And the number 30 is outside for a ball. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On Carter Lemke. And the 1-1 pitch. Did he check? They ask. No, he did not. Strike called, or strike on the swing, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Lemke. And Drogue, big tall right-hander, ready to work into the wind. And the pitch. Pop up, right side, foul territory, over, And that fell between 3 Grafton players. No one really took control. Burns was there, the catcher. The pitcher, Drogue, was there, and first baseman Littlebone was there. And I got it, you take it, and it dropped between the 3. So it's a ball and 2 strikes on Lemke. And Drogue delivers. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 and number 5 in a row for Drogue. 1 away. And to bring up Elijah Smallbeck. The left fielder, number 3, Elijah Smallbeck. Smallbeck yesterday was hitless in his 3 trips to the plate. Ball gets away and goes to the backstop. Ball 1. Only 1 non-strikeout out, and that was the first batter of the game. Cotton bounced out to Drogue. Pitcher to first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside corner for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Smallbeck. And the right-hander Drogue delivers low. Ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Smallbeck, straightaway stance. Drogue has his sign into the wide. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball there and swung through by Smallbeck. 2-2 the count. And the pitch. This is wide. Full count now on Smallbeck. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Blue Sox batting here in the top half of the 3rd inning, trailing Grafton 7-0. And the 3-2 pitch. That one bounces in. Smallbeck is on by a walk. That is the first walk issued for Drogue. We'll go to the top of the order. And Austin Cotton. The catcher, number 4, Austin Cotton. Cotton bounced out, pitcher to first, back in the 1st inning. Only the second base runner here for Hillsborough Central Valley. And the pitch here, Cotton takes it upstairs, battens out of the way, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. A2, a slight open stance. Here's a throw to first, runner back in. Kevin Locken, head coach of the Blue Sox, down in the 3rd base coaching box. And the 1 ball, no strike count. The pitch. Misses low and away. And the count now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Set by Drogue. Runner leads off first on the pitch. There's a strike called. Outside corner, 2-1. Brody Breidenbach, one of the non-starters, coaching over at first. 2-1. Here on Cotton. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball, and Cotton can't catch up to it. And the count now evens up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Drogue, the right-hander, comes to the set. And the throw over to first. Ooh, close one, but back is Smallbeck. Two balls, 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting Austin Cotton with 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the 3rd. Runner goes. The pitch is a ball. The throw down to second base hit the back of the mound and skipped its way to second base. So the stolen base for Smallbeck. And it's a full count now, 3-2 on Cotton. Three balls, 2 strikes. 7-0 Grafton leading. Hillsborough Central Valley batting here in the top of the 3rd inning with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6. Number 7 for Drogue. Out number 2. I'll bring up Bryce Miller. The third baseman, number 13, Bryce Miller. Miller struck out looking. Back in the first inning. 1 of 3 strikeouts looking. Out of the 7 for Drogue today. The pitch, swing and a miss. Well, he was swinging at that one, and it wasn't quite there yet. No balls, 1 strike. Drogue changes his speeds nicely. No balls and 1 strike. And the right-hander delivers. Swinging a foul back. So the count now 0-2 on Miller. Runner down at second base is Smallbeck. 2 outs, top of the third. A pitch on the way. Just misses outside. A little low, ball 1. A ball and 2 strikes. Drogue ball behind his back as he peers in for the sign. And brings it into the glove. Here comes the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a foul at the plate. So the count continues. A ball and 2 strikes on Bryce Miller. They can extend the inning. Happily would follow. A ball and 2 strikes on Miller. And Drogue delivers. Strike 3 called. Let her high. Got him looking. Second time he's got Miller. And that's strikeout number 8 for Drogue, and will retire the side. For Grafton, no runs, no hits. Or for Hillsborough Central Valley, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We are going to the bottom of the third. It's Grafton 7, Hillsborough Central Valley nothing. It's American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Bottom third of the order coming up here for Grafton in the bottom of the third. They lead it 7-0. Olson, Littlemone, and Wanarabich. Leading off the bottom of the third for Grafton, the right fielder, number 6, Soren Olson. So Soren Olson will lead things off. There was a ball that during warm-ups that got away. Open umpire Pugliano retrieves, and we are set to go. Olson lined out to second baseman Limke, his first time up, and takes this pitch low and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 7-0. Grafton leading. There's a ground ball out towards short. Happily on the move, has it. Throws across his body for the out. 6-3 and to put out 1 away. And I'll bring up Brody Littlemone. The first baseman, number 18, Brody Littlemone. Littlemone walked his first time through and was stranded at third base. As 5 runs came across in that first inning for Grafton. They got 2 more in the second. And now 1 out, nobody on here in the third. 1 ball, no strikes Little Moan. And Sunby delivers. Ground ball down the third baseline and foul. And the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Nobody on. Here in the bottom of the third. That pitch is outside and rolls again to the backstop. 2 balls and 1 strike. Little Moan, right-handed batter, and takes the strike just above the belt. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on here in the third inning. Grafton batting, leading 7-0. That pitch misses inside, and the count now full. 3-2 on Little Moan. Wanarovich waits on deck. And the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Right, strikeout number 1 for Sunby. 2 away. That'll bring up Chase Wanarovich. The left fielder, number 1, Chase Wanarovich. Wanarovich had a 2-run single in the first. And the right-hander, Sunby, delivers a strike. Cross with the letters, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Wanarovich, and the pitch high, right over the top of his batting helmet. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Here's a high pop-up right up the chute in front of home plate, and nice catch there by Austin Cotton. Had to cradle it, but holds on and makes the out. That'll retire the side. 3 up and 3 down. Nothing across in the bottom of the third for Grafton. We head to the fourth. Grafton 7, Hillsborough Central Valley nothing. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. The 3, 4, 5 batters coming up here for Hillsborough Central Valley. Hapley, Duffner, and Richter to face Kyler Drogue. And a 7-0 lead for Grafton. Leading off the top of the fourth inning for Hillsborough Central Valley, the shortstop, number 2, Chase Hapley. Hapley has the lone hit today as he singled back in the first inning. Drogue has walked 1 and struck out 8 through the first 3 innings. And now faces Hapley, who takes a pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And the right-hander kicks and delivers. Misses outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On leadoff man, Chase Hapley. Drogue has allowed 2 base runners. Hapley single in the first and a walk to Smallbeck in the third. Pitch, high, pop up. Foul territory. Right side, who wants it? Pitcher Drogue makes the catch. That one was way up there. 1 away. And it'll bring up Alexander Duffner. The center fielder, number 9, Alexander Duffner. Duffner struck out swinging. Back in the first inning. Right-handed batter, straightaway stance. And Drogue delivers. Strike called, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. It was cloudy when the game started, but now we got lots of sunshine. 76 degrees was our game time temp. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Duffner with Riley Richter to follow. Top of the 4th inning, 7 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Grafton, 0, 1, and 3 for Hillsborough Central Valley. And the pitch misses outside, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting Alexander Duffner. And the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And that is strikeout number 9 for Drogue. 2 away. I'll bring up Riley Richter. First baseman, number 15, Riley Richter. Richter struck out looking his first time up. Was part of a streak of 6 straight batters struck out. And the pitch low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One and 0 here on Riley Richter. And takes that one outside, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. With 2 out, nobody on. Top half of the 4th inning. Grafton leading Hillsborough Central Valley 7-0. Hillsborough Central Valley at the plate with 2 outs. And the pitch. Pfister to the right side and over his Story, and he took a stab at it and missed it. Well, I'm going to give him an error. I'm giving him an error on that one. Took a stab at it. Went off his glove. That'll bring up Chenault. The right fielder, number 10, Braden Chenault. That is the first error on Grafton. So a 2-out runner at first for Chenault, struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. And the pitch, high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Getting a little bit darker here all of a sudden. So the sun has been hidden. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. On the top half of inning number 4. With 2 away and a runner at first. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 3, 3-0. I think I just felt a sprinkle. 3 balls, no strikes. Right-handed batter Chenault batting here with 1 out, 1 on. Or 2 out, 1 on. And the pitch. That one misses inside. So Chenault draws the walk. That is the 2nd walk issued by Drogue. And it'll bring up Sunby. The pitcher number 1, Tyson Sunby. Sunby struck out looking his first time up. And the pitch, high fastball on the inside corner. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Drogue delivers on the outside corner, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Folks are starting to maybe bundle up a little bit. We got 1 dark cloud that's working its way here. There's strike 3 called. Sunby caught looking. That is strikeout number 10 for Drogue and will retire the side. In the inning for Hillsborough Central Valley, no runs, no hits. There was 1 error, 2 left. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 7-0 Grafton leading. This is American Legion Baseball on YouTube. Trenton Keenan will lead things off here for Grafton in the bottom of the fourth inning. And the pitch takes it upstairs. That's pitch number 45 for Sunby. As I mentioned, it got awfully dark here in a hurry. There's one big cloud that's working its way here to the ballpark. Here's a ground ball right side into right field for a base hit. The first baseman off the bag. But a base hit there by Keena. That is hit number 6 for Grafton. It'll bring up Cruiser Burns. The catcher number 7, Cruiser Burns. Keena prior to that, singled, popped out. Now 2 for 3. Burns has singled and popped out. And he'll take the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Nothing in one. Edgley and Park River due to play the next game. I think the heaviest of our rains are supposed to start here in about an hour and a half. The figure rain, maybe quarter 2. Might start seeing some. The wind is picking up a little bit now. That flag over right center field jetting straight out. 1 ball, 1 strike the count here. And the pitch on the inside corner for strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sweatshirt starting to go on. 1-2 on the right-handed hitting Cruiser Burns. Here's the pitch. He'll ground it fouled on the third base line. Now the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first base, Keena. Here's the kick and the pitch. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Nice pitch there by Sunby. Picks up his second strikeout, 1 away. It'll bring up Tony Villarreal. The shortstop, number 2, Tony Villarreal. Villarreal with a 2-run double in the first, a single and scored in the second. Scored 2 runs, as a matter of fact. And he will bat with 2 out and the runner at first. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher Cotton, and that's going to move Keena down to second on the wild pitch. So the count, 2 balls and no strikes here on Villarreal. And the pitch right across with the letters for strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Bottom half of the fourth inning. Grafton leading at 7-0. Spoilers at the plate. Villarreal, ground ball left side and into left field, a base hit. Keena around third. They're waving him in. Throw coming all the way through. It's going to be offline. It's going to go back behind home plate. And Villarreal will go down to second base on the throw. It's now 8-0 Grafton on the single to left by Tony Villarreal. And it'll bring back Kyler Drogue. The pitcher, number 17, Kyler Drogue. 7 hits now for Grafton. They now lead at 8-0. And the right-hander delivers. Swinging a grounder down the third base line. That's a foul ball. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting pitcher, Kyler Drogue. Here's the set by Sunbeat. Checks the runner leading off of second. And the pitch. Over but low. 1 ball, 1 strike. On number 17, Kyler Drogue. Runs 6'4". Big, tall right-hander. All arms and legs. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, knocked down by Cotton, but it's going to get a little bit off to his right. That's going to send Villarreal now down to third. So 2 balls and 1 strike with Villarreal now in third base. And a 2-1 count. The pitch, swinging a number down the first base line. That's hugging the line. That's going to stay fair. And the throw to first, he'll be out. No, safe. Ooh. Like I say, the throw pulled him off the bag. So Villarreal will score to make it 9-0. That would be an error on the first baseman on the throw since it pulled him off the bag. And it'll bring up Ty Story. And that is going to bring Kevin Locken out of the first base dugout. And he will ask the base umpire to get some help and see. And that's all that managers want. It's, maybe just ask the base umpire if he was paying attention. So the discussion is being said here. And now they'll have the discussion. Safe. And so with a runner at first base and one out, that will bring Ty Story to the plate. Second baseman 15, Ty Story. So with the runner at first and one away, here's Story. Takes a pitch high strike. No balls and one strike. Story has reached on an error and flied out, scored a run, has an RBI. The 0-1 pitch. There's a shot towards short. Hapley knocks it down with his bare hand and then throws to first. It took a weird hop on him, and he grabbed it with his bare hand and was able to throw to first to get Story. 6-3 on the putout. Out number 2. Drogue moves to second. We've seen some weird hops here over that shortstop area. The third baseman, number 10, Kyan Burns. So Kyan Burns to the plate. 2 runs across, 9-0. Grafton leading. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning with 2 outs. Here's the pitch by Sunby. Swing and a miss, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And he swings and launches one, just fouled on the right field line. That definitely would have got the run in as he just lines it down and foul. No balls, 2 strikes on Burns. He has reached on an error and grounded out. Set by Sunby. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Ball cradled by Cotton. He'll come out, throw down to first base for the out. So the strikeout. The third one for Sunby. 2-3 on the putout. And now retire the side. Couple of runs, though, for Grafton. And they do with a couple of base hits. There was an error. And they leave 1 runner left on base. We're through 4. Your score is Grafton 9, Hillsboro Central Valley nothing. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. So Brody Littlemore will now come in and pitch. Kyler Drogue goes 4 innings, 1 hit, 10 strikeouts, walked a couple. And now it will be the other big gangly right-hander, Brody Littlemore. And he will face the bottom part of the order coming up here for Hillsboro Central Valley. 9-0, Grafton leading as we are in the top half of the 5th inning. Leading off the top of the 5th inning for Hillsboro Central Valley. The second baseman, number 8, Carter Limke. Limke, he struck out swinging his first time up. And the pitch swung on, fly ball, right field, and that's going to split the gap. That's going to get by the right fielder. That's extra bases for Limke. Around first, on his way to second. He'll pull in with a leadoff double. Hit number 2 for Hillsborough Central Valley, a double for Limke. That'll bring up Elijah Smallbeck. The left fielder, number 3, Elijah Smallbeck. Smallbeck walked in the third, stole second. So a runner at second base, 9-1, Grafton leading. Here's a pop foul over our heads. And out of play, back behind home plate, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Smallbeck. And the pitch. Swing and a foul tip at the plate. It's almost getting to a point we're going to have to turn the lights on. There's hail in Jamestown. They can have it. Well, if you're in Jamestown and you're watching, roll up your windows and cover your plants. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. There's a strike called on the outside corner. Smallbeck. First strikeout there for Little Moan. 1 away. We go to the top of the order, Austin Cotton. The catcher, number 4, Austin Cotton. Cotton is bounced out, pitcher to first, struck out. 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. We'll get through this inning and we'll be an official game. And the pitch low and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right end, hitting Austin Cotton. And the pitch low, 2-0. If there is to be another game, Itchley will be taking on Park River. That is the final game of day 2 in our semifinals. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Strike called at the knees, 2-1. But now I can see the dark clouds as they make their way here. Again, we have hail in Jamestown. Haven't got any lightning. Well, there's lightning detected about 12 miles away. And there's a pitch in the dirt, and we might find ourselves getting delayed here if another one comes. 3 balls and 1 strike. Set by Little Moan, and the pitch. There's a little loop right side, and it'll drop foul. And the count now 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Little Moan about 6'4", 6'5", and all arms, legs, and elbows. And when he throws that ball, it looks like he's coming at you about 2 feet away. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swinging another foul off to the right, onto the grassy knoll. The count continues, 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Austin Cotton. Little Moan, the second pitcher used by Coach Fike, and now a pickoff attempt at second, and Limke back in. Kyler Drogue started. He went the first 4 innings. 1 hit, no runs. Another attempt to pick off, and again back in is Limke. Had 10 strikeouts in those 4 innings. And walked 2. Well, I think people are starting to think to head to some kind of shelter. There's a swing and a miss. So Cotton goes down. That is strikeout number 2 for Little Moan. 2 away. And to bring up Bryce Miller. The third baseman, number 13, Bryce Miller. Well, now they're talking thunderstorm should start here in about 21 minutes. And it is getting dark. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball. So folks are heading for the exit. There's a pickoff attempt. And back in is Limke. I'm starting to feel the rain coming in here. And the pitch. Strike called. Now the strike zone is going to get a little bit bigger, I think. 1 ball, 1 strike. Set here by Little Moan. And the 1-1 pitch. Low, ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. on Bryce Miller. And the pitch. Across with the letters for strike two. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Little Moan delivers. Swing and a miss on a fastball. And he takes care of business, and that'll retire the side. Nothing, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We are heading to the bottom of the 5th. 9-0 Grafton leading. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. The bottom third of the order coming up here for Grafton. In the bottom of the 5th inning, they lead it 9-0. And it'll be Soren Olsen to lead things off. Leading off the bottom of the 5th for Grafton, right field number 6, Soren Olsen. So Soren Olsen, he is lined out, grounded out. And he will lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Sunby delivers high for a ball. Tyson Sunby has gone all the way here for Hillsborough Central Valley. And the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. They have scored. They scored 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the 4th. There's a strike, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes on Olsen, Littlemone, and Wanarabich to follow. And there's a swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Grabbed there by Cotton. He'll run a little bit down the line. Throws to first for the out. Strikeout. 2-3 on the put out. 1 away. Strikeout number 4 for Sunby. The pitcher, number 18, Brody Littlemone. And now Brody Littlemone, the pitcher. He is walked and struck out. All 4 strikeouts for Sunby. Been the last inning, 2 innings. There's a line drive. Caught there at short by Hapley. I'm not sure how he could see it, but he did, and caught it for the line out for out number 2. Left fielder number 1, Chase Wanarabich. So Wanarabich has an 2-run single in the first. He had to pop out. He's 1 for 2. And he will take the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitch. Wanarabich takes it in the helmet. So he is hit by pitch. That's the second hit batter there by Sunby. And we go to the top of the ordering. Trenton Keena, the center fielder. Number 3, Trenton Keena. So Trenton Keena, the left-hander, takes a pitch inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at first and 2 out. And the pitch. Swinging a ground ball out towards second. Big hop there at second base. And Lemke throws to first for the out. 4-3 on the putout. And that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. 5 complete. Grafton 9. Hillsborough Central Valley nothing. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Well, Chase Hapley will lead things off here for Hillsborough Central Valley as they come to bat in the top half of the sixth inning, trailing 9-0. And Little Moan in his second inning of relief work gave up a leadoff double to Lemke in the fifth, but then struck out the next three. And now he'll face Hapley, Duffner, and Richter. Leading off the top of the sixth for Hillsborough Central Valley, the shortstop number 2, Chase Hapley. As the rain now starting to come here. I haven't seen any lightning or anything yet, just rain. And with that wind, they can keep it away from the press box. There's a pitch in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Hapley is singled and popped out. And the right-hander pitches low and away for a ball, 2-0. Little Moan on in relief of Drogue, who went the first 4 innings. There's a ground ball to third, picked up there at third base by Burns, and then he boots it. Couldn't come up with it cleanly, was ready to throw, and that's going to be an error on Burns. That'll bring up Alexander Duffner. The center fielder, number 9, Alexander Duffner. And here comes the rain. It is now coming down in sheets. I don't think that's clouds. I think that's rain. And the wind has picked up. The flag in right center field, jetting straight out. Runner at first base is Hapley. The pitch to Duffner, and he swings, and it's a fly ball to deep right center field. Wind's going to push this one, and this one is going to go bounce over the fence. It'll be a ground rule double by Duffner, so that will stop Hapley at third. So the ground rule double will put runners at second and third, and it'll bring up Riley Richter. The first baseman, number 15, Riley Richter. Richter today is struck out, reached on an error. Runners on second and third in the pitch. That misses low and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Second hit off of Little Moan. And the third of the game for Hillsborough Central Valley. Ball gets away briefly from Burns. Actually, I don't think that's rain. That's just the dust coming up from the wind as it comes across the infield. 2-0 count, the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner, 2-1. Well, I hope they got the soapbox derby done early. 2 balls and 1 strike, and the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Set by Little Moan. And the 2-2 pitch. Bounces in. That's going to go to the backstop. Here comes Hapley, and he will score standing up. That makes it 9-1. Duffner goes to third on the wild pitch. And it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count on Richter. Here's the pitch by Little Moan. Misses outside, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Little Moan. Runners at the corners. And it'll bring up Chenault. The right fielder, number 10, Braden Chenault. Chenault today is struck out swinging and walked 0 for 1. And I think we're going to get somebody either pinch running. Number 11, I believe, is grabbing a helmet. Griffin Mitzel. Now running at first base, number 11, Griffin Mitzel. So Griffin Mitzel will now run at first base. And now that is rain starting to come down a little bit here. Runners at the corners, the pitch. High for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Chenault. 9-1. Grafton leading. Hillsborough Central Valley batting in the top of the 6th. First semifinal game, though the chance of getting a second one in are looking slim. Actually, I think this rain is maybe an hour earlier than they had originally thought. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch low and away for a ball. 2-0 the count here on Chenault with Tyson Sunby waiting on deck. Actually, it looks like it's brightening a little bit, but still a dark cloud that's working its way over the ballpark. similar to the Aliens aircraft in Independence Day as it's just starting to come across. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. The throw down to second base is going to go into center field. That's going to bring Duffner in to score. Down to third base goes Richter, so he'll get a stolen base, then go to third on the error. It's now 9-2, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Chenault. Set by Littlemone. And the pitch. Swung on, line drive, center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Chenault with an RBI single. That's going to bring Richter across to make it 9-3. That'll bring up Tyson Sunby. The pitcher, number 1, Tyson Sunby. Sunby has struck out looking at twice. He was the last batter that Drogue faced, his 10th strikeout victim. 3 runs across here for Hillsborough Central Valley. And the pitch. There's some thunder. I didn't see any lightning. There's a big crack of thunder. 1 ball and no strikes on Sunby. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes, the pitch. Low, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at first base, Chenault. Still nobody out here. 9-3. Hillsborough Central Valley has cut the lead down to 6. There's a strike called on Sunby, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Set by Littlemone. And the pitch. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. The throw down to second base. That's a wet ball. Just slipped out of the hands of the catcher. And it'll be a stolen base for Chenault. And it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. They're going to get some fresh baseballs here for home plate umpire Pugliano. 2-2 the count on Sunby. Runner at second is Chenault. With nobody out here in the top of the 6th. And a pickoff attempt thought about, but no one covering the bag, so Littlemone hangs on to it. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Low, and the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Umpires, when they hear that thunder, look around to see if they see any lightning yet, and I have yet to see any. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a pop-up, and that's going to go back and out of play. So the count still 3 balls and 2 strikes on Tyson Sunby as he battles here in the top of the 6th inning. And the pitch. Strike called, and that is strike 3 because that was a 3-2 pitch. So strike called on Sunby, and that will be strikeout number 4 for Littlemone. That is out number 1. That'll bring up Lemke. The second baseman, number 8, Carter Lemke. And a pitch here to Lemke takes a strike, 0-1. Lemke is struck out and doubled. He was the first batter that Littlemone saw and doubled back in the 5th, but was stranded at second. The 0-1 pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Littlemone kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Went after it. Strikeout number 5. And that is out number 2. And that'll bring up Smallbeck. The left fielder, number 3, Elijah Smallbeck. So Smallbeck batting here with a runner at second. Now quickly 2 out. And the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Smallbeck has walked and struck out. I'm going to guess we're not going to play bottom of the 6th. 0-1 the count and time called. There's yet to be any lightning. There's just been some thunder and just a little bit of rain and the wind. No balls and 1 strike. Set by Littlemone. And the pitch. Swinging a foul back. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. On the right hand, hitting Elijah Smallbeck. Top of the order, and Cotton to follow. The 0-2 pitch. Bounces in. Blocked there by Burns. And it's now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strikeout number 6, and that will retire the side. 3 runs across, though, for Hillsboro Central Valley, and they do it with a couple of base hits. There was an error, and there was a couple of errors, and they leave a runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, and your score, it is Grafton 9, Hillsboro Central Valley 3. We're back with the bottom of the 6th inning. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Oh, here we go to the bottom half of inning number 6. It'll be Cruiser Burns, Tony Villarreal, and Kyler Drogue to bat here against Tyson Sunby for Hillsboro Central Valley. Leading off the bottom of the 6th for Grafton, the catcher, number 7, Cruiser Burns. Cruiser Burns today is singled, popped out, struck out, 1 for 3 with an RBI, or a run scored. We did see a flash of lightning, but play continues right now here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch on the way by Sunby is high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Burns. Sunby delivers. Ground ball to short. Hapley, he'll gobble it up, throws across for the out. 6-3 on the put out, 1 away. And that'll bring up Tony Villarreal. The shortstop, number 2, Tony Villarreal. As the rain comes down a little bit harder, Villarreal is a 2-run double, single. He's 3 for 3, 3 runs scored, 3 RBI. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it off, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And the right-hander into the line. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Now we're starting to get the water up here in the press box. The pitch misses, and now we're going to call it. There we go. As I think Kirk Olson saw a stroke of lightning, and that's going to get everybody off the field. So we are now officially in a rain delay here in Valley City. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The tarp crew is coming out. We'll step aside. We'll tell you what's going on when we return. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Well, officially, we are in that rain delay now as they are putting the tarp out. They already got the tarp out on the mound. Now putting the tarp out around home plate. So about 4:58 is when we hit our rain delay. We're in the top of the 6th inning with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And we're in the bottom half of the 6th inning with Grafton leading it 9-0. Tony Villarreal will be at the plate. Oh, another strike of lightning, and there's another half hour. If we go by those rules that they have at the high school level, every time there's a lightning strike, you add a half hour to your delay. So Tony Villarreal was at the plate. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. 1 out here in the 6th. It is 9-3. Advantage to Grafton. They got 5 runs in the first inning. 2-run double by Villarreal, an RBI by Story on an error, a 2-run single by Wanradovich, and they were leading 5-0. They got 2 more runs in the second, both coming in on wild pitches. Added 2 more in the 4th on an RBI single and a run scoring on an error, and that made it 9-0. And Hillsborough Central Valley just got 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning. There was a wild pitch that brought 1 run in, an error brought a run in, and also a base hit by Chenault brought a run in, and that is where we stand in the bottom of the 6th inning currently. 9-3. Advantage to Grafton. We are currently in a rain delay, and we will keep you abreast of the situation here on our YouTube page as we sit into this rain delay. And while we do it, let's get you caught up on what has been going on here at this 2025 Midsummer Baseball Classic put on here by the Valley City Baseball Association. And of course, at one time, this tournament was played both here in Valley City and games also in Jamestown. But the 2 games today in the consolation bracket. The first game today, Jamestown, they came out a winner over Oaks by a final of 5 and also it was actually the 5-4 final was the final in the second game today. Valley City winning in walk-off fashion by a final of 5-4 in the bottom half of the 7th inning. So tomorrow in the consolation championship, it will be Valley City taking on Jamestown. That'll be at noon. And then the second game will be at noon. So at 9:30, let's kind of got distracted there for a minute. At 9:30, Lisbon will play Oaks in the 7th place game. And then in the consolation championship at noon, that will be Valley City and Jamestown. And we'll see what happens here as far as these games are concerned. We may still try to get this one in as rain is supposed to be, of course, going on most of the day today. And tomorrow's no rain. Looking at the radar, it doesn't look like it should last for very long. So we'll get this sailed through, and then we'll get the field ready to go. But, of course, with each strike of lightning again, that's a half an hour. So we may be finding ourselves in at least a 1-hour rain delay. Our second game has Park River and Edgeley. And I believe both are staying in town tonight, so it's not a case where they're going back and forth. So that's where we're sitting right now. We are in a rain delay. Keep it tuned right here to our VCBA streaming channel here on YouTube, and we'll keep you updated on what else is happening here in Valley City. Right now, we're in a rain delay. Bottom half of the 6th, Grafton leading at 9-3 over Hillsborough Central Valley in this semifinal game. Stay tuned for more American Legion Baseball here on YouTube. Well, we are back here at Charlie Brown Memorial Field, and we are going to be resuming ball here momentarily. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, and currently we've gone about 24 minutes on this rain delay. But Hillsborough is on the field getting their warm-ups. Again, there'll be one out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Tony Villarreal at the plate has a 1-ball, 1-strike count to him. A few lightning bolts and some showers that passed through. What really got it to stop is talking with Kirk Olson here, one of the officials, is Sunby, who was pitching, slipped on his second, I think, when he was pitching. And when they saw that he was slipped on his plant foot, they have to decide, okay, maybe we should get the tarps out. So they put us in a rain delay. Valley City players got the tarps on the mound and around home plate. And it was just a light rain. A few lightning bolts, a few strokes of thunder, but if you look off to the southeast and east, it is just black there. So anything going on to Fargo could get nasty here later on today. We still got one more game to go. When this one is concluded, Edgeley taking on Park River in the other semifinal game. And so we're going to be probably around a 5:30 to get things started here for our resumption of play. The umpires are still up here in the umpires' room in the press box getting themselves ready. So we're still a few minutes away from finishing off this one. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 9-3, Grafton leading. 9 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for Grafton. 3 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors for Hillsborough Central Valley. Tyson Sunby has gone all the way, throwing 77 pitches. Villarreal's walking to the plate, and I'm not sure what the hurry is. There's no umpires. They're up here, so you might as well just relax, Tony. Well, of course, doing a little housekeeping around home plate area, too. And they had the tarps out almost immediately. So we hold in our rain delay until that next pitch is thrown. And we will get things going here. It got so dark, it almost looked like you could have turned the lights on. But they chose not to. They waited. And now we will get this one up and running here. So we're about the time we were supposed to start our last semifinal game. We still have to finish this one, and so we're probably a good, I would say, 45 minutes to an hour before the last semifinal game would start here from Charlie Brown Field. Full day of baseball again tomorrow, beginning at 9:30 in the morning with a 7th-place game as Lisbon will take on Oaks in the 7th-place game. Then at noon, it'll be Valley City against Jamestown. At 2:30, the loser of this game will play the loser of our next game for 3rd place. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll have the championship here from this year's 2025 Valley City Baseball Association Midsummer Classic. Our umpires are back on the field. Hillsborough Central Valley is just about ready to break the huddle, and we are set to go with Tony Villarreal at the plate. And we wait for Sunby's pitch to officially end this rain delay. And he, again, 1-ball, 1-strike to count. And the pitch, curve, upstairs for a ball, officially a 27-minute rain delay. 1 ball, no strikes on Villarreal. 2-1, pardon me, 2-1. And there's a strike, comes across at the letters. And the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slowly but surely, the press box workers return to the nest. 2-2 the count. Here's the wind and the pitch for Sunby in the dirt. Ball 3, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 the count here on Villarreal with 1 out, nobody on. And the pitch. And that one goes outside, ball 4. So Villarreal will draw the walk. That's only the 2nd walk by Sunby. The first baseman, number 17, Kyler Drove. So Kyler Drove to the plate with 1 out, 1 on. And the pitch. Misses outside, ball 1. Drove today is flied out, hit by pitch, reached on an error, 0 for 2. And that is actually the first walk by. And he is going to be hit by a pitch. Second time he has been hit by a pitch. So runners at first and second, one out for Ty Story. The second baseman, number 15, Ty Story. Story has reached on an air, flied out, grounded out, 0 for 3, run scored, has an RBI. And the runner to third, the pitch is a strike, the throw down to second base, it's going to be close, and they got him. Nice throw there by Cotton. So caught stealing is Drogue 2-4 for the second out. Villarreal goes to third on the stolen base. And it's a no ball, one strike count on Story. Top of the order will be coming up for Hillsborough Central Valley in the top of the seventh. 0-1 pitch, swung on, fly ball, right field, right center field. It's deep, carrying back, and this one's going to split the gap and get to the warning track. Here's Story around second. He is going to try for third. Here comes the relay. It's going to be not in time. It was a little bit high of a throw, and he got in underneath the throw. So a triple for Story. Villarreal comes in to make it 10-3. And that'll bring up Kyan Burns. The third baseman, number 10, Kyan Burns. Burns has reached on an air, grounded out, struck out, 0 for 3, run scored. And the pitch, swinging a chop out towards short. Halfley takes it on the second hop. The throw to first for the out, 6-3 on the putout, and that'll retire the side. In the inning, they do get one run on one base hit. There were no errors and one runner left on base. We are through 6. Your score is Grafton 10, Hillsborough Central Valley 3. We're back with the 7th inning. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Austin Cotton will lead things off here for the Blue Sox at the top of the 7th inning. 0 for 3 today with a couple of strikeouts. And Little Moan delivers high, ball 1. Kyler Drogue went the first 4 innings. And now Little Moan, actually, first 4 innings in his 3rd inning of relief work. And the pitch misses for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. And the right-hander delivers. There's a strike call, 2-1. He would pitch 3 innings, so I could give him a 3-inning save, but it wasn't effective 3 innings, so I'm not going to give him a save. A pitch low and away for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike here on Cotton. With Miller and Halfley to follow. Here in the top of the 7th inning, Grafton leading at 10-3. Little Moan kicks and delivers. Low, ball 4. So Cotton starts off with a walk. Second walk issued by Little Moan. It'll bring up Bryce Miller. The third baseman, number 13, Bryce Miller. Miller has struck out 3 times today, twice looking, 1 swinging. The last time, the swinging one was against Little Moan. Curve, misses high and over his head, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Edgley and Park River will follow in the other semifinal game. 1-0 pitch, over but low, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes on Bryce Miller. And the pitch, inside, ball 3. 3-1 on Miller, nobody out. Cotton the runner down at first. And the 3-0 pitch in there for a strike, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. And Littlebone delivers. It's a high pop, foul territory, right side. Drogue over and makes the catch. That is out number 1. And I'll bring up Chase Hapley. The shortstop, number 2, Chase Hapley. Hapley today, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Singled in the first, reached on an error, and scored in the 6th. Throw over to first base. A nice play there by Drogue to keep that one from getting away. So 1 out. Cotton takes his lead off first, and the pitch. Here's a high pop-up in the infield, left side. Third baseman. Burns gives away to the shortstop, Villarreal, who makes the catch for out number 2. The center fielder, number 9, Alexander Duffner. And now Duffner, 1 for 3, doubled and scored in the 6th. Now the last chance here for Hillsborough Central Valley, top of the 7th. Trailing 10-3 with 2 out, runner at first in the pitch. He'll take it high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Set by Littlebone and the delivery. There's a pitch that misses ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on the right-handed hitting Duffner. And the pitch. Misses low and away, ball 3, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Time called by base umpire Kirk Olson. Conversation that he had there with Littlebone. 3-0 the count, and the pitch. Swung on, fouled off to the right. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike on Duffner. And the pitch, swinging a ground ball to second. Story has it on the big hop, throws to first for the out, and that will do it. So we get back. We go about 10 minutes, and that will end it. 4-3 on the put out there. In the 7th for Hillsborough Central Valley, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. Your final score, 10-3. Grafton with the victory. We're back with your totals here from Charlie Brown Field. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. For Grafton, they left 5 runners on base. Hillsborough Central Valley, 3 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. They left 7 runners on base. Winning pitcher today will be Connor Drogue. He went 4 innings of 1 hit, shutout ball, walked 2, struck out 10. And in relief, Littlebone, 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, walked 2, struck out 6. You maybe could give him argument for a 3-inning save, as the defense, again, as I mentioned, gave up a couple of those runs. And the losing pitcher in this one will be Tyson Sunby. He went the distance, 6 innings, 9 hits, 10 runs, 7 earned. He walked 2, struck out 4. And they are going to give Little Moan a save, so we will too. So, again, Droge gets the win and Little Moan the save. 5 runs first inning for Grafton. A 2-run single by Little Moan, an RBI single by Story, and a 2-run single by Wanarovich. And they got up to a 5-0 lead. 2 runs scored in the second on a couple of wild pitches to make it 7-0. In the fourth, an RBI single by Villarreal brought in a run, and an error brought in another run, and that made it 9-0. And then 3 runs in the top of the sixth for Hillsborough Central Valley. A wild pitch scored 1, an error scored 2, scored 1, and a base hit by Chenault was the other RBI to make it 9-3. And then in the bottom of the sixth, an RBI triple by Ty Story got the last run in to make it 10-3. So Grafton will move on. They'll play in the championship coming up tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock, and they'll take on the winner of our next game, Park River and Edgeley. Again, a final look at that line score. 5 runs in the first for Grafton, 2 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, 10 runs, 8 hits, and 3 errors. 3 runs for Hillsborough Central Valley in the sixth, 3 runs, 4 hits, and they committed 4 errors. Droge will get the win. Little Moan will get the save. Sunby will pick up the loss. There were no home runs in this one. And the time of the game was exactly 2 hours, and that's with a 27-minute rain delay. 2 hours for the time of game. One more game coming up here. And again, this will be, I'm guessing, around 10 after 6 that we'll have our next game up. Edgeley and Park River, the other semifinal game, final game of day 2 of the 2025 Valley City Baseball Association Midsummer American Legion Baseball Classic. We're back with our final game. This is American